Balenciagas on my feet, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. I got these pointers, neck and wrist, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. I'm always fresher than the rest, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. Since 96, I'm in this game, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. Balenciagas on my feet, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. I got these pointers, neck and wrist, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. I'm always fresher than the rest, stay in. Oh, boyfriend. Since 96, I'm in. Welcome back to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. And we back with another episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and let the world know that we live. Guess this mic's a little too high. How's everybody out there doing today? I'm debating on whether I should do a video or not, detailing the fact that, well, as you know, Jada Pinkett thrown him right up under the bus. Threw him right up under the bus. This seems to happen all too many times. Letting the world know right now, we are live. Make sure you like the video. Send me some comments. We also take super chats. If you want to chat in, by all means, go ahead and chat in. If you want to send a super chat, send a super chat. Something is going on. Let's see. Properties. All right. Something going on. Not sure what's going on. We still on here though, so as long as we still here, I'm not messing with nothing. I just see a big old yellow box up though. All right. So at the end of the day, why does Jada Pinkett forever keep throwing this nigga under the bus? Forever throwing him under the bus. This man can't win for losing. What is he keeping her for? But that's not what we're going to be talking about tonight. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a reaction to another reaction. Yeah. If you see the links in my description, at any point in time, you can actually jump in, chat, do super chats. You do a super chat, I'll give you a shout out. All right, so this video, as I said, is going to be a little bit different. This one is man humbles room full of women. It's a reaction to a reaction to a reaction. Yeah, I know, that's a mouthful. But a man humbles a room full of women. You owe him box if he pays. That's the full slogan. I know it's nothing that anybody really want to hear, but it is what it is. This one is by the beautiful Melanie King. She's someone new to the YouTube space. So, without taking up too much of your time, first and foremost, make sure you go to my videos here on my channel. and you're gonna see little go get them. Go ahead. If you have children that play video games, add the video. You can also make sure, I got a lot of viewers out here, that you guys are not subscribed, but you're watching me. I can see that. I actually got it from 92% down to 88%. So do me a favor. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, by all means, go ahead and subscribe. Get us in this algorithm, okay? But we're going to go ahead and jump off of the video. Again, right now, like the video. Send a comment, even if you just say hi. If you agree, say you agree. If you don't agree, say fuck you. I don't care. Let's go. I love her reactions. All right. So let's just be real. When it comes to dating nowadays, the first thing, before a man can even ask a woman to take you out on a date, she's already hinted at it or blatantly said it. I've said this from day one. When a woman is saying, take me out, you already turned me off. No. And that is also a level of entitlement that just shouldn't be there. You are not entitled to my time and my money. What's up, Melanie?
This is from the channel Aroko TV.
Can you guys hear
but
that?
It's
Why?
actually a relationship dating coach named Matthew Hussey that is actually talking about this. So
Is the sound correct? Let me know on the chat.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Let's have one more question. We had this person at the back in the stripes.
Doing my best to make sure everything sounds right.
During the dating period, you know, after like 4 or 5 months of dating, I just wondering at what point do you have to pay, did the woman have to pay when they go out? The guy is asking that there should be half and half at that point when you already.
At what point?
When you already been dating for 4 or 5 months.
Right.
4 or 5 months of dating.
Look, okay, to give you a quick answer on, firstly, I think we should just deal with the who should pay thing to begin with. When you're on a date, who should pay?
Surprise, surprise.
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. You know, I'm sorry.
But-
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating. You
But here's
the
the-
gentleman here.
Okay.
To pay.
He's supposed to pay.
Yeah.
That's
You're
what I told them.
but you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No.
Okay, you see how?
Whenever both.
Do you guys see the double standard in that? See, you guys are putting out there the wrong message. Keep this in mind, okay? The moment you tell a man that he has to take you out on a date, what you're saying is your time is more valuable than his. In order to get your time, it has to be paid for. That is literally what you say when a man has to take you out on a date. So then when that man comes at you and starts to expect sex, you can't then at that point act brand new, say no. Because if you're entitled to my time and my money, shouldn't I be entitled to something? Because, you know, last time I checked, when we leave the house and we go buy things, we're getting something out of it. So when you tell a man that in order to get my time, you have to pay for it, and he says, well, if I'm paying for your time, you're going to do with the time what I want you to do because I'm paying for it. I don't think that you guys truly understand that. See, a lot of people talk about traditional dating. Well, that of taking someone out is not traditional dating. When they took someone out, they were already together. They were already in a relationship. They were already in love. Dad actually let them leave the front porch. At that point in time, he was doing the courting process, which if you guys actually look up courting, that is what we now call an engagement. That's how you ended up engaged. That is what courtship is. We have turned courtship into dating and dating into something totally full of BS. But let's get back to the video. And I want you guys to pay attention. This is a man in a room full of women. He is literally giving women. He is literally giving women.
Relationship isn't equal.
Hold on.
A lot of women are not prepared. Matthew.
I had to go back. So I want you guys to actually listen to what is being said.
I haven't seen him. Your boy, he got the smoke. He got the smoke today.
This relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. I wonder what paradigm that sets up. Here's my view. If you go on a date with a guy and you don't offer to pay your share, you weren't taught right. If you go on a date and he doesn't pay, he wasn't taught right. I can tell you right now, if I was dating someone and they never offered to pay, I wouldn't be dating them. I can tell you that now. If they never offered to pay, I would not be dating them because I'd say, this is the most polite they're ever going to be. And they're not even trying to pay now.
Those are facts, though. Okay. So hopefully you guys see, one, he is in a room full of women talking to nothing but women. Okay? And guess what? They're not throwing him under the bus. They're not screaming and hollering and cursing and doing all kinds of other nonsense. All right? What they're doing is they're listening. See, there are certain types of people in this world that are really out here looking to end up in a better relationship and better relationships, and they're willing to learn. Why? Because they know they've been making mistakes. All right? This man goes all over giving advice on dating. Why does he do it? Women, you guys need to understand. You talk to your girlfriends, you don't talk to your male friends. But you usually don't talk to your male friends because your male friends ain't really your friends because they're trying to get it in. These are things that your brother, your cousin, your uncle, and your father should have been teaching you. Men and women are wired differently. Somehow, some way, in between late 70s, early 80s to where we're at today, you guys have put a time stamp on saying that anything a man what once upon a time was a gift is now like the standard. The entitlement that we currently have in the world today is the reason that dating sucks today. Relationships sucks today, and marriages suck today. There are things that need to be changed. And in order for those things to be changed, more conversations like this need to be had. But if these conversations are not being had, we're never actually going to make it anywhere. Let's go back to the video.
This makes so much sense to me. This is, like I said, like right now, the culture, the dating culture.
I love hearing her give her opinion as long as she doesn't rant, because she does go into rants.
Is where men should be traditional and do all these traditional things, pay for everything, be these men literally from 1950, but women are allowed to be from 2050 and can be as modern as possible. Women can make the same amount as men, make more than men, all these different things. But women, they want these benefits of a wife before they are somebody's wife. They want a man to pay for everything, but it's illogical on its face. We aren't set up like the 1950s anymore. But women keep demanding treatment like that, but they're not behaving like those women did.
Correct.
And they're not, they want to have careers or to do all this stuff for careers, and that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. But then you can't demand, well, now I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want a man to pay for my entire life. And the way men paid for things back then, people weren't traveling international, buying Gucci and living above their means and trying to impress people on Instagram.
Life today now, relationships now, is more about lifestyle. It's not actually about the actual relationship. The actual relationship is being lost because we want lifestyle. You want to be in Tulum. Relax, Gigi. You wanna have all these expensive things, new car, all these different things that we're asking for, but unfortunately, what are we doing to truly get there, to truly get those things? It's just not there. It is literally a level of entitlement, and the entitlement is ass backwards. You want me to act like the 1950s and older man that gives you full husband benefits. But you're not even going to give me girlfriend benefits. You about to give me the most basic broke down benefits that you can possibly give. I have to earn everything from you while you get everything from me for free. You get to sit back and chill while a man does all the work.
They didn't have this diva princess mentality. He deserves a dating. You can't pay for any dates. It's so the man is supposed to just do.
And it's crazy how many women run around and say that you're independent, but in your independence, you don't pay for anything. Independent women still want men to pay all the bills. So how does that make sense? What's the point of you going out making all this money then?
All this for you without any type of benefit. It's a way to trick them, to not want to or that relationship. Okay.
What does that say about my future? But let me come at this from a different angle. I will always treat my partner how I would treat my best friend. And I wouldn't apply a different standard to my partner than my best friend. I wouldn't say to my best friend, let's always go out to dinner and you always pay. I'd say, let's be teammates here in whatever way we can.
So it's funny, I watched the video earlier with Chili from TLC. And she said, if I'm paying for half the trip, well, why would I go with you? I might as well just go with my girlfriends. That is literally the thought process. If a man is not taking you on a trip, why would I go with you? So if I'm not paying for everything, I'm not gonna get you. Is that what you're saying? Again, these things that are being said are crazy and they make no sense whatsoever. But this is what we go for. This is what we go for. Do me a favor, if you're in here, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you look over there, you can also leave a super chat. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep it moving.
And maybe, by the way, proportionately, what you can do is less than what he can do. That's a different thing. If he says to you, I want to go stay at the top hotel in Big Sur this weekend, and it's $1,500 a night, and you say, I don't have the money. It's his job to say, it doesn't matter. I didn't do it so you could pay. I did it because I want to go and I want to take you. Great. That's what that is, right? Or if you both agree to go on holiday and you have a fifth of his earning potential, you say, I want to contribute to a fifth of this holiday. It's overly simplistic, but you get what I'm saying, right? I'll contribute on the level I can contribute. Let me tell you what means something to a guy. Trying. That means something to a guy. When he feels that you're not even trying to contribute, that's when he feels used. Because any guy who's really confident and self-respecting, if the woman never is even trying to contribute, he feels like he's being taken advantage of. And
Yeah, and this is what I mean, I like, women get mad and in their feelings, but if you're not getting the results that you want, why not listen? Why not change? Why not understand what men actually want? Men across the board aren't demanding that you pay for everything and all this other stuff. But women can have this high list of demands, and women just think they can just arrive with a vajayjay, that's what I call it sometimes, a vajayjay at the table, and because they have female anatomy and they're dressed up, that is something to a man.
I said this, I just did this last video. When you come to the table saying all you bring is this, with your ass and shit all hanging out, unfortunately, there's nothing else that you're really gonna get with that. There's not much more that you're getting out of that package, because the package is standard to what all other women are offering. And that's the problem. Every woman has a vajayjay. Every woman has ass and titties. Different sizes, different shapes, but still the same. So it's nothing different. The question is, what do you offer a man as a woman? What are you coming to give that man to make him happy and want to keep you and want to marry you and have children with you? And if you're past that age of children and things such as that, honestly, your job is harder, because you do have to bring more substance to the table. The substance is going to be a whole totally different situation, a whole totally different level. Because the biggest utility of a woman to a man is children. We are partners in this. And somehow that's been so lost. Men and women complement each other. There are things that we do with and for each other that go hand in hand. But unfortunately, we're at a time where it's a constant competition right now. The woman wants to prove she can do everything the man can do. And the man is just constantly being beat down. So we're doing half of what we should be doing because we don't know what to do. That's not a win-win situation. That is not going to get both of you to the finish line. That is not the pursuit of happiness. There's a reason we are literally failing at the rate that we're failing at. And the reason behind the failure is because you have two people trying to be and play the same role. Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, if he just wants to knock you down, then that's good enough. But you have to show some type of inner character and offering to pay. Paying sometimes that shows generosity. It shows you're not gluttonous, full of greed. You know, the love of money is the root of all evil. And so many women don't see that. They don't see where, you know, they want a man's money, but they don't want to share what they have with a man. And I'll be honest, you know this is true. Like ladies can cap and say, you're just trying to pander to men. Okay, sis, then I am. I'm pandering to men. Don't take advice. You're hard-headed, and that's your problem right now. Nobody can tell you nothing. You can't think outside of any box, and you're gonna keep getting the results that you get. I had to say the same thing to myself. Anything I'm saying on here, I've said it to myself in worse. And I've tried to do the work to understand different things. This may not be my issue, but I have other issues that I have to work on. I always share with you guys and be transparent about what I'm working on. But so many women are so hard-headed, stubborn, full of pride and ego. Nobody can tell you nothing, and you perfect as you is. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But this man is an expert in relationships, and he's not, you know, hard on thoughts. He doesn't hate women. He's not a misogynist, and he's telling you like it is.
And I get told that quite often. Me personally, calling me a misogynist is like probably the dumbest thing that you could ever do. Or saying that I don't like women or I hate women. The funny part is the people that do say that the most are the people that don't know you. Because if you knew me, you'd know I'm a totally different person in real life. See, what happens is, at some point in time, somewhere in life, my don't give a fuck level actually dropped. And I started giving a fuck. Not just about me, but about everybody. I look at the world that we live in and I see that relationships are going downhill. And when relationships go downhill, it affects the children. I have children. And I think about my children's future because my kids one day should be married and will have kids. And if we don't start teaching our children the right way now, when our kids become us, what's it gonna be like for them? I keep looking at the statistics and the stats that keep coming out saying that it's getting worse for women because of the things that women are doing. But it's like we cannot tell you anything. And the things that we're telling you are coming from us as men giving true, logical, realistic things. You shouldn't make it to 35, 40, 45 years old before you realize that you dated the wrong way. And then it hurts you. And then you're unhappy. And then you buy a dog or a cat because that's all you're going to get. Those things literally make no sense whatsoever. You shouldn't be the cat lady when all you have to do is change your thought process to be happy. And I know what you're going to say. I don't need a man to be happy. But that's not what statistics are saying. maybe you are the minority. Maybe you are the exception to the rule. Just maybe. But if you're not, why is your ego larger than me? Men have testosterone, which is why we have egos. So how did women end up with egos? It's a constant argument, and the arguments that I now see are, who's better, men or women? And why are we constantly fighting to figure out who's better? Again, there's a level of entitlement that has come from who knows where unfortunately that entitlement has you losing. And what you don't realize is you're losing in the worst way. So I got another video that I'm going to do, and something even my cousin sent me, where, yes, as men, we talk about Russell Wilson and why he's with Sierra and how she went from a Future to a Sierra. And to so many of you, you say that she's winning. But is she truly? Because you can't go from a strong, dominant man to a weak man that you run. And we see even in his career how he has spiraled downhill. But that's another video. There comes a point in time in life where you truly have to humble yourself and get back to your divine feminine. Because regardless, every man gets to his divine masculine. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. That's just not real. But we make up these words in order to downplay a man and the things he does. Because that man who pays the bills, takes care of his kids, and gives you the life that you want, while also making sure that you're safe and secure, protected. Those are the same men you're calling toxically masculine. The same men the world are saying, you're his slave. It doesn't make sense. It's not real. Let's get back to the video.
But I guess even he is going to get hate for something like this.
And it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the lack of gesture. So I would be looking at, if you like this guy, maybe if you're in different positions, figure out what you want to contribute proportionately or what you can contribute proportionately and treat him as you would your best friend.
So yeah, what he's saying links into what I'm saying. It's more about the gesture. We don't like to be expected to pay. And question at the panel, if you're on the street advantage or in 3 or 4
to the streets.
All right, so that's done on this video. So let's take this back to a very granular level. All right. Women expect men to pay for dates. You're entitled to our time. Your time is more expensive and worth more than my time. Granted, great. But when a man looks at you for sex and sex alone, guess what? You can't complain. What is the difference between you and an escort? I know, it sounds bad. But does he not pay for her time? Take her out to dinner, and then afterwards, he expects to get what? The world we live in, it just doesn't seem to be fair. But it can be. We just have to choose to play the game differently. The way we're playing right now is not a win at all. It's just not. We're expecting things that shouldn't be expected. And we're not giving ourselves to the right people. It's a known fact. 80% of all women are chasing 10%. 10 to 20% of the top men. So you're sharing the same men. So you're actually giving them the upper hand. Because women outnumber men 11 to 1. So if 80% of you are going even for the top 20%, think about that. How many men truly get the pick of the litter? So I made a post on Facebook, and the post reads as this. And this is how I'm going to close this video out today. This is for the ladies. How many beautiful women do you see? Look at your timeline again. How many attractive good men do you see? More women than men, huh? Now exclude the married men. Yes, that's the dating pool. So yes, you're getting a ton of online attention, but are they out of good single men pool? Are they out of the good single man pool? The answer speaks volumes, whether you post it or not. We realize these things as men, which is why men can be a lot pickier than you now. It's no longer your game, and the scale is tipping more and more away from you. Sexuality alone is the key to land the ultimate man. Take it from the man and listen to men more, and your single girlfriends less. There's a lot of things that we can do to change the current environment, but it does start with us individually, one person at a time. The way you date will be the way you marry. Over 50% in divorces. Your expectations aren't realistic. They're very delusional. We want things that we say we deserve, but we don't work for them. A lot of men, yeah, they do. They need to grow up. But it's hard because we're all learning on the fly. There were no fathers to hold you accountable for the things you do. There were no fathers to teach you what you should and what you shouldn't do. So guess what? We're all learning on the fly. And far too many are learning way too late. Don't let life pass you by while you speak about what you deserve, because in reality, you're living what you deserve. You're living what you worked for. It's not that great. I know. I, too, have been part of that exact same statistic, and it's not cool. The question is, at what point in time do you make the change? You guys saw Melanie King. Gorgeous woman, huh? 40, divorced, single mom. So many learning too late. At some point in time, you just got to change. If you want a different outcome, stop doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, as much as you blame someone else, it's really you. Change starts with you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man, Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go Get 'em! Tune in to the next video. I should be going live again soon. Share this with your friends. Let people know. It's not just about you. Because your girlfriends and your guy friends is going through it too.